There were several employees at the Department of Social Services. Mike Gibson was director, Joanne Davis, Miriam Early, Joyce Cagle, and I were involved with senior adults, and we were meeting quite a number of people across the county. What we were finding was that many people were living alone, some were isolated, some did not have good nutritional meals, some did not have good health care, and many of them really had no one to socialize with. And those were all needs that we felt needed to be addressed. And the more we talked, the more we realized that we could do something about that. And so about 1975, we formed what was called the McDowell County Senior Citizens Club. And with the help of lots of individuals in this community, we began to meet. We had folks who helped us transport. We had churches that hosted us. We would go and have activities and wonderful food, and just so many generous churches were part of what we were doing at that time. And the more we met, the more people that became aware that there were needs in this community. And the more they were convinced, as were we, that more needed to be done than was being done. We emphasized to the director, Mike Gibson, and to the county commissioners, and to anyone who would listen to us, the needs that we were seeing, and in the hopes that there would become really a groundswell. And that's really what happened. More and more people became interested in what we were doing, to the point that our director gave us the authority to apply for state funds. And the first year we applied was in 1976, and we applied for what was called Title III nutrition funds, and we were denied. And the reason that came back was that there was lack of funds. So within a few months, it was a new budget year, and we reapplied again. And this time we were awarded funds, and as I recall, the county commissioners had to approve a $5,000 match for the funds that we were awarded, and they did so. And that was maybe the beginning of funding for us. All of the meetings that we held in churches were, of course, sponsored by the churches, were paid for by the churches, and our folks were transported by church members. So we were basically operating on the generosity of anybody that would help us out. Eventually, the county commissioners authorized the director, Mike Gibson, to apply again for state funds and to begin to proceed with planning for a nutrition program, because that was the one issue that kept raising its head, was the need for good nutrition. So now in 1977, we were to the point where we could hire staff. On March the 28th of 1977, at the Marion Presbyterian, the First Presbyterian Church in Marion, and at the Old Fort Presbyterian Church in Old Fort, we held our first meal. And the attendance, I don't recall, but it was overwhelming. It actually surprised us. In 1 month's time, our average attendance in Marion was 60 to 70. We were providing transportation, we were providing the meal, and we were providing activities. And we were a huge success. By June of 77, our attendance had increased to 125 people. So we knew we were on to something good. All this time, we had volunteers from the community who were bringing our folks in. And anyone who ever transported anyone, I want to say thank you to them, because that helped us be successful. We were to a point where we were aware at social services that there were federal funds, there were state funds, and that the county had an interest in putting in some money to develop a senior center. The county commissioners were very supportive of us. When we had grown in our planning to a stage where they felt like we could make some progress, I believe it was Fate Morgan and Walter Morgan that approached the Marion City Council, and they asked them, where can we build a senior center? And the city identified a piece of their property on Crawford Street, and that became a reality. And of course, that's where our first senior center was constructed, and the building still stands. It was completed by March the 23rd of 1982. And we ended up with a building that would house a reception area and offices, a small area for kitchen and a dining room, and a couple of restrooms.
I was not here at the time, but this is my understanding of how it started. I came to work with Aging Services in 1983 in December. When they moved to the senior center, instead of having meals produced on site, they went to Servamation, who carried in food from Hickory. Well, it wasn't quite as popular as their other meals, so after a couple of years, a kitchen was added on. The home delivered meals program started out with 3 routes, 2 in Marion and 1 in Old Fort. And as the time passed, we were able to go out farther in different communities, Nebo, North Cove. Anyway, those Meals on Wheels, of course, the routes depended on having volunteers, and it seemed that once you got somebody to deliver one time, they were hooked. They enjoyed going into the homes and carrying a hot meal into seniors that could not fix their own meals and were basically alone all day. And lots of times the seniors or the volunteers were the only visitors they got.
By 1986, the Senior Center and the McDowell Recreation Department came together and initiated the Senior Games program. And also we added an outdoor recreational area where we had shuffleboard and other activities.
Younger people started coming and being involved in the senior games. They were also involved in delivering Meals on Wheels, and the people themselves were very interested in having a bigger senior center. I think the secret of everything about the senior center is that it has grown. Our home delivered meals program kept growing. The need was out there, and the routes increased. I think we had maybe 11 routes by the late 90s. It was rewarding in many different aspects, the meals program, and it's grown through the years. And that was, one of the reasons that after being in that senior center for about 18 years, we totally outgrew it.
Between 1982 and 2003, the center provided meals, both congregate and home delivered meals. We provided information and referral services. We provided transportation. We provided wellness programs and health promotions. We provided senior games, exercise programs, educational programs, arts and crafts, and group tours. And we outgrew our space.
But the seniors themselves saw the need, and they kept talking, why don't we need a bigger senior center? How can we do that? We need a bigger senior center. We've always had a steering committee, it's called an advisory committee. called the Focal Point, a group of people who come together to be informed about senior services and to also inform us about ways that we can do better or ways that we can reach out more. And that committee was very instrumental in recognizing the need and helping us devise or to come up with a way to promote the idea of a new senior center. And of course, our county commissioners had been involved through the years in senior services.
Began with community support, just as it always has been. Our current senior center was built.
The fact that the Corponing Board was ready to go ahead with their building helped sort of push our project along. The Corponing Board, the first thing they did was they had their design and they put it out before the community, and they began their fund drive. And they were very successful. And we were a step behind them. We were probably a year behind them. They had finished their fund drive when we started ours. And we were quite successful. I think we raised through fundraisers and contributions about $165,000 in community support. And I really think that was that just shows how much the community itself, the seniors and their families and friends, they recognize the need, and they recognize how important senior services are to our community. And it was just incredible the way things worked out. They opened the Y in March, and we opened in April. It was just a dream come true. I can't express how wonderful that day was. It was a great day, and I can't believe it's been 10 years.
Hello, my name is Chuck Abernathy, and welcome all of you to join me in congratulating and celebrating what the McDowell Senior Center does and the 10th anniversary of their being in the new facility in Marion. The Senior Center is a very important program for McDowell County. It provides seniors an opportunity to exercise, to socialize, to volunteer their services, and to continue to be engaged with one another and in the community. It is a very important program, and the programs are multiple and too many for me to list. Again, the senior programs and senior services are very important. It is part of McDowell County government. The Board of Commissioners funds the operation along with the state of North Carolina. The county commissioners are committed to those programs by ensuring that we have a quality staff, and we do have a quality staff led by Waylon Prebor and all of the employees that work every day at the facility. The commissioners have also ensured that the quality of the programs is very high by providing excellent facilities, and we've got a very nice facility in Marion, and then a new nutrition center as well in Old Fort. So it's an important service. We're proud of it. If you have ideas or questions, certainly give us a call. If you want to learn more about it, you can contact Waylon Prebor to do that. And on behalf of McDowell County and the Board of Commissioners, we want to express our appreciation to the staff and the programs, and congratulations on this celebration.
I'm Waylon Prevoir. I'm the current director of the McDowell Senior Center. And I just want to let you know a little bit about what's going on now and how we perceive the future of senior services in McDowell County. Right now, we currently have about 11,000 people that are age 60 or over here in McDowell. By 2025, we expect that number to be over 14,000. That means we expect a 30% increase in people over the age of 60 here in McDowell County. What that means for us is that for the services that we're providing now, we want to be able to expand those services to assist more people in our community. The focus in McDowell County is now on living healthy, and that's how we perceive our services here at the Senior Center to be. When we started here in McDowell with our senior services, our focuses really started on, first off, socialization, and then nutrition here. And nutrition started as congregate dining into home-delivered meals, and then we started adding transportation and activities and other services. And today, our focus is on living healthy. And it means all those things that we've talked about. But in addition to that, we're offering, we have a fitness room at both of our sites with equipment. We have exercise classes, from chair exercise to aerobics to Tai Chi to even line dancing. These are all great forms of exercise. Then we also want to focus on arts and how that increases the mind's ability to enhance itself. We have craft classes, we have knitting, quilting, wood carving, we have painting. Under education, it's important for us to have speakers come in and speak on different topics, from health to nutrition to safety to current scams that are going out there, to any topic a senior wants. We're open to suggestions here. That's something that we encourage. The seniors that are part of this senior center now, they are the owners of this senior center. And as we look towards the future, we look towards this baby boomer population over the next couple decades coming in, and they're going to be our bosses as we move forward. How do we decide how we want to be in our future? That's for the people that we serve to determine. We want them to tell us what services they're going to need in the future as we look forward. And as we also start seeing our baby boomer population, which we're seeing now coming in, we want to address their needs as the needs of our seniors do change in this county. We've had a wonderful program from its inception, start, and blossom and grow and continue. And today we have a fantastic senior center here in Marion, and we're celebrating its 10th anniversary now. We have a wonderful site in Old Fort. And as we look forward to the future, all I can see is us expanding and growing and doing great things for our community.